Welcome to the Red Story and just subscribe. Ethan had gotten used to coming home to a quiet house, Gina. His wife of 8 years was often out in the evenings these days. It all started when she signed up for yoga at a local studio in Denver, hoping to combat stress from her marketing job. Initially, Ethan was delighted she found an outlet. He teased her that she'd be able to do pretzel poses, and she'd roll her eyes, laughing. Gina, waving a brochure, I need this. Work's been crazy and you're always off coaching your basketball kids. A little me time could help. Ethan, smirking. Hey, you fun. Don't twist yourself into knots you can't undo. For a few weeks, everything seemed fine. Gina returned from classes relaxed, humming unfamiliar mantras under her breath. Then one night, she spoke excitedly. Gina, Ethan, you won't believe my instructor. Liam, he's amazing, so insightful. It's like he can read my energy. You really should meet him someday. Ethan raised an eyebrow. Meet him someday. Thought, didn't instructor cycle among dozens of students, but he shrugged. She's just enthusiastic, he told himself. Soon, yoga classes went from once a week to 3 or 4. Gina kept mentioning Liam's name. Gina. He says my chakras need balancing. Ethan rolling his eyes good-naturedly. Aha. Does he offer a buy 10 sessions, get one free chakra realignment? Gina, laughing. Don't be silly. You wouldn't get it. It's a deeper connection. Then came the day Ethan found a note taped to the fridge. Class ran late. Meeting Liam for tea afterward. Don't wait up. That was the first time a pang of jealousy hit him. Ethan muttering to himself. Class, tea, next a full dinner date. I must be overthinking. But a spark of doubt lingered in his mind. One Thursday, Ethan was tidying up while Gina was out yet again. He lifted her gym bag from the couch, intending to toss it in the closet. A small pink envelope peeked out. Curious, he slipped it open, only to find a handwritten note. Gina, your presence in class radiates warmth. Our spiritual journey together feels transcendent. Liam. Ethan's stomach twisted. Spiritual journey transcendent? He wasn't sure if it was purely yoga talk or something else entirely. His heart thudded. He confronted her as soon as she got home, still in yoga leggings. Ethan holding the note. Gina, care to explain this? Since when does your instructor write you personal letters? Gina, eyes flicking downward. It's not what you think. Liam and I have a spiritual bond. He's guiding me, that's all. Ethan guiding you. He calls it transcendent. Sounds more intimate than poses on math. I deserve honesty. Gina, raising her chin. He helps me find inner peace. Don't be insecure. I love you, but spiritually we're out of sync. Liam fills that void. Ethan's hands balled into fists at his sides. He couldn't decide if he was furious or just heartbroken. Over the next few weeks, the tension thickened. Gina insisted nothing was physically happening of Liam. Gina, one evening. It's emotional, Ethan, not sexual. You've always been physically here, but spiritually absent. I crave a deeper connection. Ethan, I love you. Isn't that deeper connection enough? We have a good life. We laugh. We share a home. Isn't that real? Gina, sad smile. Real, yes, but incomplete. Liam understands my energy in a way you don't. Ethan felt a wave of resentment. What does energy even mean here? But Gina talked about Liam's teachings, cosmic synergy, and how Ethan simply wouldn't comprehend. He tried his best, reading articles about yoga philosophies, even signing up for a trial class. But Liam's presence at the studio made Ethan seethe, charismatic instructor greeting Gina with a warm smile. He noticed how Gina lit up around him. The final straw was seeing them leaning in after class, foreheads almost touching, smiling conspiratorially. Ethan left before they noticed. Desperate to salvage their marriage, Ethan proposed couples therapy. Gina hesitated but agreed. Their first session with a calm therapist named Dr. Caldwell revealed more than Ethan expected. Dr. Caldwell, quietly, Gina, why do you think you need to seek spiritual fulfillment outside your marriage? Is it possible to share that journey with Ethan? Gina, exhaling slowly, I'm not sure. We're on different wavelengths. I do love him. But Liam's guidance is important to me. Let me keep going to those sessions. Ethan, heart hammering. Sessions? This is more than yoga now, isn't it? You want to keep seeing him alone, not just in group classes. Gina's eyes flickered. She nodded. Ethan's fists clenched in his lap. but he forced a steady tone. Ethan, I can't handle that. I'm trying to fix this while you spend more time with this man you claim is only spiritual. If you love me, step away from him, commit fully to our marriage, or we're done. Dr. Caldwell tried to encourage compromise, but Gina insisted she wouldn't cut Lime off. She said it'd be a betrayal to her soul. Ethan felt a rush of sorrowful anger. The therapy session ended in silent tension. Days later, Ethan confronted Gina at home. The stress was palpable. She'd spent yet another evening meditating with Liam. Ethan, stop lying to me. If he's just an instructor, you can find another class. If he's more than that, tell me the truth. Gina, eyes shining with tears of frustration. He's important to me. This relationship with him, spiritually, keeps me sane. You don't understand how lonely I've been inside. Ethan, voice breaking, you talk loneliness, but we have a life, a partnership. I'm offering therapy, affection, everything. Yet you go to him for what? Cosmic synergy? Gina, don't mock it. My life needs that dimension, Ethan. I'm not giving it up. A stabbing silence followed. Ethan realized she would never choose him over this so-called spiritual bond. He felt foolish, as though their entire marriage had been overshadowed by some ephemeral concept of soul-searching. Ethan, softly, then I can't stay. I won't live in constant doubt, feeling unwanted. I'd rather leave. Tears slipped down Gina's cheeks. She whispered, I do love you. But Ethan just shook his head, numb. Moving out felt surreal. They'd shared the place for 8 years, cozy furniture, wedding photos framed on walls. Now Ethan packed a suitcase, ignoring the ache in his chest. They stood by the front door in awkward silence. Gina, where? Where will you go? Ethan, shrugging with forced lightness. I'll find a hotel first, then maybe an apartment. Don't worry about me. Gina, but maybe if we keep talking, maybe. Ethan, lifting his suitcase, I gave you a choice. I can't do half measures, Gina. I love you, but I won't watch you devote yourself to another man emotionally or otherwise. She just nodded, tears rolling. No more words. Ethan walked out, feeling the finality settle like a heavy cloak. He fought the impulse to turn around to ask for one last kiss, but it was too late. She'd chosen her spiritual path and Liam over him. In the ensuing weeks, lawyers handled the paperwork. Gina, though pained, agreed to a fair split. The apartment was in both names, so it'd be sold and the proceeds divided. They had no children, a small blessing in this heartbreak. A few close friends tried to mediate, but Ethan was resolute. Without trust, the marriage was already dead. Ethan's friend on the phone, you sure there's no going back? She claims it's not physical, just spiritual. Ethan, she chose him over me regardless of what level it's on. I can't keep second-guessing, suspecting, feeling worthless. It's done. When the final decree arrived, Ethan felt relief mingled with sorrow. 8 years vanished into legalese. He moved into a modest rental in a quieter part of Denver, boxing up old photos to avoid daily reminders. He tried not to dwell on whether Gina and Lime had formalized their bond beyond yoga mats. Over time, Ethan found small joys, reconnecting with an old hobby, woodworking on weekends, traveling to national parks, grabbing coffee with friends he'd neglected during the marriage's meltdown. The memory of Gina's luminous smile and talk of energy alignment lingered, a bittersweet ache. Sometimes he'd wonder if she truly found what she sought with Liam, if the spiritual bond was worth losing a husband who genuinely loved her. But he refused to contact her. The doors closed. Their final moment replayed in his head. Tears in her eyes, the undone ring on her finger, the faint smell of sandalwood from her yoga sessions. If she found happiness, so be it. He wouldn't sabotage himself by looking back. Friends told him she occasionally posted on social media about finding inner peace. He shrugged it off. Let her proclaim serenity if that's what she needed. He found his own sense of calm and acceptance. On a crisp fall morning, Ethan sat at a cafe near his new apartment. He sipped a latte. Scanning the bustling street outside, he felt surprisingly okay. The agony of betrayal had dulled, replaced by a cautious readiness to open himself to new possibilities, maybe even new love someday. He caught his reflection in the cafe window, noticing he looked older, more serious, but inside he felt lighter. The spiritual world Gina chased was her journey. Had discovered he had his own path, guided by sincerity, not illusions. Ethan, murmuring to himself, I tried everything. She wanted something I couldn't give, or maybe I did, and she didn't see it. He finished his coffee, exhaled, and stepped into the sunshine. A new day awaited. No yoga gurus, no love notes, no soul bearing confessions, just Ethan living life on his own terms. And sometimes that was all the serenity one needed.